What made me give to charity and learn philanthropy? What's interesting is that I did not share this part of me at all in all my years, even with my ex husband, until last night, until a process started. And I will say that it's a very interesting process and very good process for me as an educator. Where did we learn sound engineering from, but yet not call it sound engineering? I got to know about it with different movies that my mother was into. And what's interesting is a lot of my background and some of my education, I gotta at least thank my mother for it, for introducing it in a different way. It includes movies. Um, my mother has a love for the ocean in a different way, not just for the education field. And I have forgotten at one point why I even loved picking up different things at a beach and even volunteering at a beach. I started to gain a little bit more insight for myself after my divorce that my ex husband didn't know me to the extent that he needed to know me to even stay in a relationship. So, what made me get involved in charity work after my divorce? Precisely because I could without his permission, without his viewpoint. Precisely because I could study it without being interrupted, which is why I needed a divorce. Um, what made me consider other charities or even involve myself with different types of charity work as an adult? Because it's a good adult thing to do, because it's a good human being person type of thing to do, is to be loving and be worthwhile and to offer charity work and philanthropy. But a lot of that came from the view of my mother and how she saw oceanography and how she saw the beach. And I can't deny that. She had a she still has a good view on the beach, but also on different museums and different places to learn from. So I got to know about different types of creatures and how they are able to hear. And one became my mother's favorite, so we had a ton of movies about it. Go into the music field, and you'll understand how even film and the background history of camera and kind of stemmed out from some of the movies that we even watched. So when I got involved with all of that, I thought I don't call it sound engineering. I call it camera skills or video skills with a film tape of some sort. I ended up in sound engineering school for a short little while without graduating, right before my divorce, and I understood it and learned analog versus digital. And I thought, wow, this is kind of cool. I get to learn stuff that my mother was introducing in a different way. So, natural ear sounds and sound frequencies, tone pitches, um, the notes on a board or a staff, how your hearing is impacted. And when that happened for me, in which I was able to go through my divorce, still understand sound engineering, still study it even without my graduation, and turn it in to graduation, I thought I want to be a good teacher that can contribute to other students that will gain some of this understanding at an earlier age, because that's what I wanted when I graduated from college with my bachelor's. When I sat with my professor, and he called me in and he's like, "Did you build all of this by yourself?" And so, going into this storyline with me, I was married and I was supposed to have been divorced right before my graduation. I pushed back my graduation. A few months prior to those discussions, my professor called me in and he is like, "Did you build all of this?" And I said, "Yes. According to what you had taught me in class, yes." uh, and it was a music curriculum for the music field. And he said, "I am very surprised. I would like it to be showcased." He showcased my work in that department for a short while. I was so happy because it's what I wanted in the music industry, was young children understanding the music industry, not understanding poetry. Okay? I did lyrics, I understood composition, I understood changing up my specialty if I really wanted to be a music composer as opposed to a songwriter specifically. I understood all the specialties. Ultimately, no matter if I had switched out from college or not, or just left and just did my own thing, ultimately, I wanted to make a difference. So, how I got involved in charity work, I did the one thing that I wanted to do for a very long time based on a commercial: sponsor a child. I couldn't get to the point of introducing me and my children in that type of a way. And I had to put it on hold eventually, and different things came up for me and my family. But it led to me wanting more opportunities to give back to the communities, to give back to war zones, to give back to charity. And it reminded me of every single thing that I ever wanted. Get educated, go sing, go enjoy the music industry. It doesn't have to be about a person, or you don't even have to struggle just to write something. Go sit and talk about the tree. Go sit and talk about the flower. Go sit and create a metaphor and enjoy some tunes. You know, it it was what I wanted based on research. And then we ended up in those areas and locations, apparently with research and researchers saying that our culture and our people needed a Waldorf school. There's a place for it, but not everyone agrees. Getting me involved with charity work allowed me to be the giver, and it's been teaching me to be the receiver. I'm not used to receiving people that would give to me. I'm not. With all my heart, I hated it. Not because I do have a need in any type of way, but because I was trained and taught, go do some good. Because I love people and I love being able to be in that position of saying, hey, guess what, family? I'm going to help you with a little bit of here and there music skills. It might be just a part of my studies, by the way, because I'm reviewing too, you know? Um, it's a world that I couldn't share too much with a husband of mine. That for goodness hell, I don't know why he didn't sing with his ukulele, because he was good at it. So, cheers to those who are involved with charity work. What made me want to get involved as an adult really is the view of wanting to give, but also to understand for what purpose and where a person fits in as they grow into adult world. I love the different ways of giving service. I'm not on board with every single one, but eventually some of those foundations and those that I communicate with will be an amazing adventure. Cheers. Have an amazing one.